was a little boy, I heard a word that sounded like a superhero. Iron Man, but not the one in the suits. The one who swims, cycles, and runs distances which is unfathomable to a normal human brain. I remember sitting there tiny with my feet not even touching the ground, hearing adults talk about it like it's almost impossible. Only elite athletes do it, normal people can't. And there something strange happened. Instead of thinking, oh wow, that's impossible, I thought, okay, when do I start? I didn't know how, I didn't know when, I didn't know what it would take. A dream so big that it didn't make sense at all. But in that little boy's mind, a seed was planted. And this day, ladies and gentlemen, he stands in front of you being Maharashtra's youngest Iron Man. My talk is called Your Limits Are Well-Trained Liars. Because every single limit you think you have has been trained, rehearsed, conditioned by fear, other people's expectations, and the environment around you. And I learned that the hard way. Before Iron Man, my journey didn't start with medals. It started with curiosity. At 6 months old, I was a baby model for Johnson's Baby. At 16, I cycled all the way from Pune to Gateway of India, not once, not twice, but thrice. In the same year, I swam a 5-kilometer state-level open water race. At 17, I cycled 250 kilometers from Pune to Pandharpur, one shot. And at 18, I stood on the start line of Ironman. But here's what you don't see in the Instagram posts, in the certificates, or in the medals. You don't see the doubt. You don't see fear. You don't see the voice that whispers, maybe this is too much. Because limits always whisper. They don't scream. And if you listen long enough, you start believing them. Ironman is not just a race. It's a conversation with your mind. You swim in open waters where your heart is pounding louder than the waves. You swim with sea creatures getting stung by jellyfish. You cycle for hours where your legs stop asking for permission and start demanding mercy. You run where every muscle feels like it has signed a resignation letter. And somewhere in between, your mind starts negotiating. Maybe this is too much. Maybe this isn't for you. Maybe stop. But on the day of my Ironman, my limits didn't whisper. They tried to scream. During my cycling leg, all of my life-saving salt tabs fell. Now, for those who don't know, if you don't consume a salt tab every 30 minutes during such endurance races, your muscles cramp badly. And that's what exactly happened. My right leg completely cramped. I wasn't able to move it at all. Every pedal stroke felt like someone was twisting my muscle with a wrench. And here's the interesting part. I still had about 30% of the cycling course still left. At that moment, my mind offered me a very reasonable suggestion. Stop. It sounded safe. It sounded like a trained liar. But a long time ago, I had made a promise to myself. I will go to any extent to accomplish a goal I set in my mind. So I kept going, pain by pain, pedal by pedal. Somehow, I finished my cycling leg. Just before my run, I went to the medical tent and grabbed a muscle spray. My right leg was still cramped like it had declared Independence Day from my body. In the spur of the moment, in desperation to fix my leg, I sprayed so much muscle spray that my leg started burning like absolute hell. Not slight discomfort, not slight tingling. I mean fireworks. My legs felt like they were being cooked in a hot clay oven. So there I was, about to run a marathon with one leg cramped and the other one feeling like it had been marinated in chili oil. And yet, I started running. Because courage is not always heroic. Courage sometimes looks like limping forward with a burning leg and a stubborn mind. After hours of cycling, running, and swimming across pain, doubt, fear, and a burning leg, I reached the finish line. Now most people, when they finish an Ironman, they cry, they lie down and they hug. But when I finished, I did 20 push-ups. Because why not? And just when I thought I was done, the race director looked at me and said, 10 more, then only I'll give you the medal. So there I was after my race, doing 30 push-ups, negotiating for my own medal. At that moment, I realized something very powerful. Your limits don't end when you reach the finish line. They just move with the finish line. And your job is to keep moving with it. People often ask me, what motivates you? And my answer surprises them. It's not success, it's not applause, it's not medals. It's failure. Because failure for me are the greatest teachers alive. Every time I failed, I learned something about my strength. Every time I fell short, I learned something about my character. Every time I doubted myself, I learned how to believe again. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is training for success. So I tell myself every day, dream big, dare to fail. Because the sky is not the limit, your mindset is. And the moment you realize your limits are just well-trained liars, you start questioning everything they tell you. This day, I'm not standing here just as someone who finished an Ironman. I'm standing here as proof that dreams that sound unrealistic today can become introductions tomorrow. That little boy that once heard about Ironman and thought, okay, when do I start, is now standing here telling you, start now. Start scared, start unsure, start unprepared. But start, because it's very important to go from 0 to 1, and you don't learn how to swim unless you jump in the water. So jump in the water and take that leap of faith. Your mind will tell you to stay small, stay comfortable, stay safe, but you weren't built for that. You were built to test your edges, to push your boundaries, and to redefine what's possible for you. Not for the world, but for you. I live by a simple belief. Once I set a goal in my mind, I will go to any extent to accomplish it, no matter what happens. So I want you to ask yourself today, what is that one goal that feels slightly over the edge, that scares you, that feels slightly impossible? Yes, that's the one. And if it doesn't scare you, it won't change you. Last but not least, the word impossible says, I am possible. I want to take this moment to thank my mom for her unwavering love and support. Mama, this is for you. My dad and my fellow friends for their unwavering love and support throughout my whole journey. This was possible only because of you all. I want to leave you all with a quote I deeply resonate with. A lion never measures the size of the jungle. A lion never measures the size of the jungle. He simply conquers it. So stop measuring your jungle, stop calculating your limits, stop negotiating with fear. Just step in and conquer. Because your limits are well-trained liars. Thank you. I am Aryan Jagtap, signing off.